Hello, in this video, we will share some tips that can help you to save money on your home renovation. Tip number 1. Do your research before the renovation process even starts. The main bulk of the renovation cost goes to the interior design firm and the designer, so you will want to be sure that your money is in safe hands. A simple way to start is to look at websites such as Hometrust, who is also the sponsor for this video. Hometrust is Singapore's trusted community review site, which offers advice and feedback for homeowners who are looking to renovate their homes. They provide authentic reviews from hundreds of homeowners who have personally gone through the renovation process. From the projects and ideas page, you can browse through many renovation projects done by different interior design firms. The renovation costs for the projects are clearly indicated, so you will have a clearer picture of what your home can possibly look like with your desired budget. If you are overwhelmed, don't worry. You can simply click on the Get Recommendations button right at the top, choose the style that you like, select some design features that you want to have in your home, and then indicate some basic details of your property and budget. Hometrust will recommend suitable interior designers to get in touch with you to help you create your dream home. Check out the link to Hometrust in the description box below to kickstart your renovation. Tip number 2. Try not to change the existing house layout. Dismantling and tearing down existing walls and structures will incur additional cost. It also costs quite a bit of money to build it up again if required next time. It might also be more challenging to sell the home in the future should you decide to move out, as the next owner might have differing ideas on how to utilize the space. It would be more practical to work within the existing layout and try to be more creative in space planning. Tip number 3. Consider taking up the HDB Optional Component Scheme, or OCS. Although it can be difficult to decide the design of your home years before it is completed, if you are okay with the OCS design of the tiles, sanitary fittings and doors, it can potentially help you save quite a bit of money. However, if you can't make up your mind just yet, it may be better not to take up the OCS so that you don't end up dismantling things that you have already paid for. For us, we chose to opt out of OCS as we were not ready to commit to a design yet. One interesting thing to note is that if you don't opt for the OCS, cement screeding will not be included and you will need to pay for it separately prior to installing vinyl flooring next time. Tip number 4. Refrain from overlaying the kitchen and toilet tiles provided by HDB. If you are happy with the design or if they match your color and design theme, you do not need to overlay the tiles as it is really expensive to do so. Choose tiles that are within your budget. The IDs usually have a cap on the pricing per square feet, above which you will need to do a top-up. Alternatively, you can also choose to overlay either the wall or floor tiles only, or just one of the bathrooms to save cost. Please do not be like us. I couldn't accept the design, hence we had to pay for it. Tip number 5. Avoid boxing up the aircon trunking. The cost is surprisingly high to box up the aircon trunking. You can save money by planning the aircon trunking pathways in such a way that it blends with the overall design of the house. You can discuss this with the aircon contractor on site, as it seems that there are important considerations. For example, there needs to be a downward gradient for the water to flow from the aircon units to the drainage pipes in the bathrooms, as well as the connection route to the aircon compressor at the aircon ledge. In addition, in the event that the aircon pipes needs to be serviced, they can be easily accessed without incurring additional cost to dismantle and rebuild the box up. For us, we planned for the trunking to run across the rooms above the doors instead of along the corridor so as to conceal it from the living room. We also requested for it to be flushed with the top wall and painted over it for a seamless look. Also be mindful of any built-in carpentry and additional doors which may interfere with where the aircon pipes can be placed. Tip number 6. Do not do a false ceiling. The ID will usually recommend you to do a false ceiling, but in our opinion, it is not a must-have to put an expensive ceiling over your existing ceiling. Sure, it may hide some cables, allow you to have some fancy downlights and cove lights, but it will also make the space seem more cramped and it might affect whether you can install ceiling fans. it may also in rare circumstances collapse on you. Tip number 7. Do not have cove lighting. Related to the previous tip, if you have a false ceiling, usually there will be cove lighting installed to create ambient lighting. However, it could be troublesome to clear the spider webs and lizard poop behind the cove light. You can consider embedding light strips within carpentry to create a diffused light, or install wall lamps if you want to have ambient lighting. Alternatively, you can also opt for track lights. This can also help to reduce the number of lighting points required, as multiple bulbs can be attached to a single track. Tip number 8. Purchase lights from Taobao or online websites. The pendant light at our dining area and bedside lamp were bought online, and the prices were much cheaper than if you were to purchase it locally. Inform your electrician in advance for him to prepare the lighting point and to help to install the lights. Tip number 9. Minimize the amount of carpentry works. Carpentry is expensive because there is a lot of labor involved in the fabrication and installation process. A lot of the fancy carpentry trends are nice to have but not a must-have. Things like fluted panel, rounded edges, kitchen islands, and feature walls will likely burn a hole in your pocket. There are also carpentry like TV consoles and wardrobe that can be replaced with off-the-shelf options. It may also make more practical sense not to box up the kitchen appliances such as your ovens and fridge, so that you are not restricted to the fixed dimensions when you wish to upgrade to another model. Tip number 10. Don't buy expensive furniture and fittings. There are plenty of online stores that sells good and affordable furniture like sofas, dining tables, TV consoles, and shoe cabinets. There are also many different brands of mattresses to choose from to suit your budget. Choose wisely and you will be able to save money. Tip number 11. Keep the HDB clothes drying rack. The manual pulley system is primitive but it works. Our clothes can usually dry by the second day. You can also leave it at a fixed height that works for you to minimize the manual effort of pulling it up and down every time it is being used so as to extend its lifespan. You can always replace it to an automated drying rack by Steigen or Goodwife in the future when necessary, but it will definitely add on to your furnishing budget. Tip number 12. Keep the HDB main door and gate. The fire-rated doors and gates are of decent quality and looks alright, so there is actually no need to replace these. You can save up to about $2,000 from this. All these are just tips that we have learned, even though we have not applied all of them. It really depends on what are your priorities and what you are willing to compromise on. If your focus is on cost, then painting of walls may be cheaper than having wallpapers. If your focus is on functionality, then having a glass surface instead of tiles for the kitchen backsplash may be easier to clean and maintain. To us, comfort, aesthetics, and functionality are really important, so naturally the cost was higher. A modern theme design often incorporates a lot of glass works which are expensive. Full glass mirror panels completes the home gym. Overlaying the bathroom tiles added to the hotel vibe that we wanted. A Temper mattress gives us quality sleep and keeps us happy, and so we are willing to pay a little bit more to have that. Thank you for watching, and we hope you will find these tips useful in helping to make your home a sanctuary that you will love coming back to every day. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you!